Chat, am I live? Cool. Wait, let me do one thing. Yeah, like's better. Cool. Boom. Boom. We're amazingly live. Welcome, friends. My name is John. If you don't know who I am, I run LeadArc, a cold email lead generation agency. And I've been blasting YouTube videos for the past, I don't know how many days, every single day. It's been a lot of fun. I wanted to try something new. I wanted to record myself in this live call while I'm basically recording the video that I wanted to record anyway, right? I've prepared a couple things. We're going to talk about how to, let me actually share my screen. Boom. How to turn trade fairs into leads for B2B SaaS, right? If you don't know who I am and what we exactly do, let me actually share it real quick. We run LeadArc, a cold email lead generation agency, and what we do is we get qualified B2B sales calls directly onto your calendar. You only pay per booked demo that we get you, right? And we've been doing this for AirPay, for example, also a SaaS. We got them 126 leads in the last 60 days. Literally, this is like very up to date. And then for another logistics SaaS, we got them 230 plus demos booked in total within 10 months, which added $10 million in ARR in that specific year, which is awesome. And in general, we've sent over 10 million cold emails, booked thousands of demos, and we're teaching all of this stuff in our own school community, where we literally take you by the hand and we walk you through how to set up our cold email systems in-house within your business so your reps can actually run them successfully, right? And they can get direct access to us. They have all the courses, they have daily Q&As with us, they have weekly calls where we go over their campaigns live with them, right? There's no AI stop in the community, etc. So this is basically what we're doing. And today I wanted to share how I got another client a fuck ton of leads with a trade fair campaign, which is super overlooked. ITB Berlin is hosting a lot of like hospitality businesses, etc. And the client that I'm talking about was targeting hospitality businesses, right? And as you can see, we've sent 3,600 emails to all the attendees at that specific trade fair. We got a 10% response rate, which is wild. Like that is even better than warm newsletters, right? And a 41% positive response rate, to the point where we had to literally stop the campaigns because they were maximum, like they were overwhelmed as fuck, right? So one thing that I have to worry about is, can people see even my mouse cursor? Because if not, this is going to be very annoying. So I'm going to do the following. I'm going to be risky. I'm going to share my entire screen. Boom, right? Now you should be able to. But yeah, 10% response rates, 40% positive response rates. That is crazy. That means 60 leads, right? And in this video, we're going to cover, in this live call, we're going to cover why the trade fair should keep paying you after your employees or yourself attended them, right? How to find the right people and their work emails, how to email them your banger offer, handle the responses, and then turn them into conversations. This is going to be very chill, sit down. I'm just going to go through this. So grab a coffee, grab popcorn, I don't know. We're going to go through this live right now. And I already like this live format. So this is pretty cool. So why should the trade fair keep paying you? You already paid for the tickets. You got access to their entire database, right? And theoretically, you're also there to network with people. So you're going around, you're handing out business cards, you're collecting business cards. And at some point, you have all of these business cards on your table. I know the feeling. You have them all on your table and you're like, okay, well, I probably need to screenshot them all or like take photos of them all, get them into my CRM, get like a sequence launched, and then I would have to reach out to them, etc. Because you know you should do this. So I don't really need to tell you why this should keep paying you, because you literally paid for the campaign or for the trade fair to actually bring you some money in, right? Get some demos booked. And this is super important because I have a lot of SaaS clients that are attending these trade shows and they are not utilizing those lists. And I keep having meetings with them, literally asking them, organize, like contact the organizers of the trade show. Let's get the contact details. And now the important part, right? How do you actually find the right people and their work emails? So this is pretty simple. So what you need to do is you basically need, let me not write in green because that's super weird. What you need to do is you need to go ahead and you need to get their company website URL, right? That's the first thing. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, if possible, first and last name of the person that you need to reach out to, right? But no worries, no worries. If you just have the company website URL and you don't have this, we can still get something done. But if you actually have the first and last names of the attendees, this is gonna be such a no-brainer, because now you can use, well, I mean, we have this internally as well. We have an email guessing tool that's literally gonna go ahead and then guess the email addresses of these people just by using their first name or whatever else the formatting might be, plus companydomain.com, right? And then it's going to generate a couple of variants of these where you have like first dot last name, or you have first dot last name initial, right? Something like that. And it's going to guess. But even if you do not have the email guesser, you could go into Prospeo and find their email addresses. And this is the simplest of them all. Just costs a little more, but it's like perfectly possible. And now all of a sudden you have all and everyone's email addresses. Wild, right? This is wild. You could use AI, go into the database that they give you access to, and then scrape every single first and last name plus the company website URL. Go into Prospeo, give the API key from Prospeo, give it to Claude or Codex, right? And then you can find their email addresses. Super easy, like super easy. Boom, done. And then you email them your banger offers. So the email might look something like this, and this is like the same email formatting that we've used in this campaign, which was a banger. So email framework for this campaign is going to be, hey, first name, didn't get a chance to talk to you at ITV Berlin, the name of the thingy, right? Wanted to talk about offer, no, forget that. Let's just write this like spontaneously. What was the actual campaign? This is long ago, by the way. This is like May 2025. This is like ages ago. I think I immediately just jumped over to the offer. Yeah, I think I jumped immediately to the offer. So it would be something like, let me just use our offer because like, just for the sake of the example. We could get you sales demos booked using cold email and set the demos on your reps' calendars. You'd just pay per booked demo. Worth a quick chat. And you can literally, you can run this and you'd be fine, easily. Like this is a very simple thing. I don't want to go too deep into like copywriting in this specific like live call, but this is essentially a very nice way to go about this. Just doing this, it does a lot. It does a lot, right? It does a lot. So this is basically what you're gonna like email them. And by the way, in this case, usually I'm like, yeah, you need cold traffic offers only, meaning like your offer must be such a no-brainer that strangers would have a very hard time saying no to your offer, right? In this case, you might even get away with a warm traffic offer, which is not that much of a no-brainer and needs some level of trust, because you have that level of trust through just this specific fact alone. It's a high intent campaign, or it's at least a signal-based campaign, right? So you have some signal that they were somewhere and you have something in common, and it's like it feels familiar to some degree. So that's what you would email them, and then you would go ahead, handle all the responses. They would say, yeah, let's chat, etc. And you do all of that, and then you basically turn those replies into conversations, right? These two parts, very specific, very it's just very specific. Like in this case, it was pretty simple because let me actually search this up without doxing my entire life. Wait, give me 1 second. I think I still have the replies from the people. I would have to like look this up right now. Yeah, 1 second. Boom. Boom. Also, give me 1 second real quick. I have to do something. Yeah, I found the screenshot, so that's nice. Let me just do this. Boom. I blurred out all the thingies. I have screenshots of the actual like positive responses, but I don't have the actual responses. That's not too terrible though, because at the end of the day, like, what's the most logical thing that people could respond to this? They could say, yes. And that's essentially what people did. And then if you have a functioning sales process, which I hope you do, if in case you don't, you should definitely work on that. If you have a proper sales motion that can actually convert people, you will have a very easy time converting them. Like that's pretty much the thing. So actually looking at the entire thing again, my main goal with this specific live call was literally just like give you the idea that this is a possibility, and your employees most likely are attending trade shows throughout the year, and you're paying for their tickets, and you're paying for them to be there. You can make it super useful. Like you could make it incredibly useful, right? And that's basically what I wanted to cover in this specific video. Now, if you do not know how to make this useful, right? Like how to actually like do the technical stuff, etc. Number one offer for that I can give you is literally LeadArc, cold email for SaaS. I can teach you this exact strategy one-on-one on weekly calls and go through your campaigns live with you so you can set this up for yourself, right? You saw the results, pretty much a no-brainer. If you don't want to do this yourself, the next best thing I can give you is this offer that we have, which is based on performance, meaning per book demo, right? You have clearly defined lead qualification criteria. The sales demos are booked on your calendar, fully done for you. You get warm introductions with handoff notes for your AEs and SDRs, so your sales reps, right? You get a direct CRM integration, reporting, calendar sync, and bonuses on top of that. We start within 24 hours. You have unlimited scale. You get trained SDRs from us, no long-term contracts, and we have no-show prevention and full rescheduling management. And you can book a strategy call via this button right here. And if you book a call, we will have scripts and lists ready that we would use for your first campaign. So if you then approve them, we can get started within 24 hours. If you pass, you can still keep the scripts and the lists, right? So this is the offer that I can give you if you want to get this started ASAP. But otherwise, that's it for the first live call that I ever did in my life, which is pretty exciting. I'll probably do way more of these and with way longer topics. So we have like more complicated topics that I could break down. And yeah, check out the links in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.